Our products are distributed throughout Kazakhstan. I work here as a master of the slaughterhouse of the third line. I have been working for 5 years.
We produce compound feed, we grow, make, produce eggs and meat.
The agro-industrial complex of Kazakhstan is one of the most important sectors of the economy that ensures the country's food security. The development of agriculture is a strategic issue responsible for the production and delivery of agricultural products to the consumer. What is this process? How long does it take for the products we consume every day to appear on the store shelves? What products do we consume, imported or our own, Kazakhstan's? Today in the program Our Product, we will talk about the production of eggs and chicken meat, which, by the way, are included in the list of socially significant goods. To date, according to the Union of Poultry Farmers of Kazakhstan, the total number of business entities that are part of it has 101 enterprises. Among them are 58 poultry farms, 5 breeding farms, and 38 supplier companies operating in the poultry industry. As of January 1st, 2023, compared to the year before, the number of birds increased by almost 4% and amounted to about 50 million heads. At any poultry farm, the main producers are chickens. Their raising, keeping, and efficiency completely depends on the person. One of the main requirements at the factory is cleanliness and disinfection. It's important that the chickens do not catch the infection. Some enterprises hatch chickens from hatchery eggs and they become egg-laying hens, while others buy ready-made chickens. For example, a poultry farm in the Jambul region specializes in the production of chicken. In 2016, it underwent reconstruction. The project was launched according to the industrialization map, which made it possible to provide nearby regions with high-quality and environmentally friendly food products. The company annually produces 8,000 tons of broiler meat, which is supplied to the domestic market as well as exported to Russia and Kyrgyzstan.
Сұраныс жағын айтып кететін болсақ, сұраныс өте жоғары біздің шығарып жатқан өнімімізге. Өйткені бізде 50%.
If we talk about the demand, our products are very popular with the people. 50% of our products are chilled, 50% are frozen. Also, our products are sold not only in the regions of Kazakhstan, but also exported to Russia and Kyrgyzstan. The demand for our products is high. There is a shortage now. So in 2023, we plan to switch to production of 12,000 tons. So in 2024 and 2025, we will reach 20,000 tons.
24-25 жылдары 20 мың тоннаға жетейік деп отырмыз.
Poults are grown at the poultry farm using Dutch technology. Hatchery eggs are purchased from Turkish producers according to the factory management. The poults subsequently come out more resilient. The process of raising and keeping chickens is laborious work.
After the eggs arrive to us, the hatching process takes place. After 21 days, the poults are sent to the fattening zone for 41-42 days. They feed on compound feed, which is a natural product without GMO additives. Compound feed can include from 15 to 20 ingredients. This includes wheat, corn, pistachios. Wheat with a high protein content comes to us from the North Kazakhstan region. Of course, biosafety remains the main priority. This is protection against infectious diseases and thorough disinfection.
The veterinary service monitors the condition of birds, conducts diagnostics and preventive work, as well as vaccination. Vets have a careful attitude to each bird. They're examined thoroughly and are literally ready to listen to everyone. The capacities of this poultry farm includes incubators, laboratories, a feed plant, and a slaughterhouse, as well as specialized poultry houses. Chicken products such as broiler chicken, chicken legs, drumsticks, wings, brisket, minced meat, and byproducts are produced. Today, the company employs 230 people, 70% of which are locals. Many of them have been working for more than 5 years.
Работа меня здесь устраивает.
I'm content with my job here. I like everything. We are provided with transportation and meals.
К нам поступает после забоя, после охлаждения.
Chicken is delivered to us after slaughter and cooling, and we divide it into weight categories. And based on the weight categories, we process and pack it. Processing includes chicken sectioning into parts such as chicken legs, thighs, drumsticks, wings, and breasts.
Крыло, грудки. Грудки. С одной грудки у нас производится.
We produce several types of products from one breast, but the main product is fillet. As you can see, the packing process of the whole broiler is taking place.
Цельного бройлера.
После забоя курица у нас охлаждается. Вот здесь у нас ВКО. Это здесь воздушно-капельное охлаждение. Она охлаждается, моется и выходит к нам на весу.
After slaughter, the chicken is cooled. Here we have airdrop cooling. It is cooled down, washed, and brought to us. On the scales, we distribute it by kilograms, and it goes for pre-packing. We pack either the whole chicken or send it for cutting. The fourth line deals with cutting. There, the chicken is cut into wings, drumsticks, thighs, chicken legs, and fillet. Here we have already had the wings and fillet packed. We also pack chicken legs, livers, hearts, and stomachs, as well as the whole chicken when we have the order.
И также мы упаковываем и печень, и сердце, и желудки, и крылышки. Вот и целую курицу упаковываем, когда приходит заказ.
After that, the product is labeled and it is sent to the store shelves. According to the Union of Poultry Farmers of Kazakhstan, in 2022, the volume of poultry meat production increased by 4% and amounted to 293,000 tons. 18,000 tons of meat were exported, imports reached 127,000 tons. But the average price of broiler bird carcass in the country is about 1,300 tenge per kilogram. As for egg production, 5 billion eggs were produced last year. This is almost 104% more than in 2021. At the same time, the import of eggs from abroad is noticeably reduced. Imports, according to the Poultry Farmers Union, accounted for only 4%, 187 million eggs, of which 64 million are hatching eggs. But exports on the contrary increased 7 times, up to 1 billion units.
Мясо птицы можно уже 40-42 дня его посадить.
Poultry meat can be obtained within 40 to 42 days, and one can get about 3 kilograms of meat in live weight and 2.5 kilograms of meat. Raising chicken doesn't take a lot of time. As for cattle, only after 1 to 2 years you can get products from it. If you raise a calf, only after 3 years you can get meat. And with poultry farming, in a month and a half you can fully raise chicken and feed people. Chicken is the cheapest meat. It is affordable for everyone in terms of money, and not only that. For example, beef is 3 times more expensive. Horse meat is even more. Lamb, too. Poultry farming is promising, as chicken is more consumed now than in Soviet times.
Сейчас, чем, например, даже в советское время, сейчас больше потребляют птицу.
Of course, it cannot be denied that there are a number of problems in the industry. Today, unfortunately, as experts note, poultry farming is developing without scientific and technical support. There's an acute shortage of vaccines, high feed costs, the abolition of subsidies for turkey meat and waterfowl. All this affects the development of Kazakhstan's poultry farming.
На сегодня у нас в Казахстане для птицеводства, кроме зерновой части,
Today, there are no conditions made for poultry farming in Kazakhstan except for grain supplies. We have to purchase everything from abroad. These include breeding poultry, equipment, vaccines, medicines, vitamins. It certainly affects the costs and the final price of our products. We do not have our own breeding material, domestic breeding birds. We have been asking the government to invest in establishing breeding farms, breeding products of the first class, and introducing our own poultry across breeding practices.
кроссы.
The head of state, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, pays special attention to the development of the agro-industrial complex of the country. In his address, the president stressed that now it's necessary to solve the strategic task of increasing production volumes and increasing the added value of domestic agricultural products. In addition, the government was instructed to review approaches and strengthen control over the allocation of subsidies. It should also be understood that rural cooperation opens up great prospects for the development of the agricultural sector.
Одной из ключевых остается проблема.
One of the key problems remains the development of agriculture. The state of the industry directly affects the country's food security. The industry is in dire need of advanced technological solutions. Now there is no complete information for the development of agriculture. All disparate information about the state of agricultural land, water resources, irrigation systems and transport accessibility will be combined on a single digital platform. In general, starting next year, the agro-industrial complex of the country should work according to new and stable rules.
істеу қажет.
Today, poultry farms operate in almost every region of the country. It is one of the largest enterprises of the Kostanay region with a capacity of 250 million eggs per year and more than 500 tons of poultry meat.
100% of our produce is delivered to our domestic market, and whatever is produced additionally is exported abroad. It makes up to 20 to 50% depending on the season. That is, in summer we can export more when domestic consumption is less.
Eggs have become much more expensive, and it's clear that this directly affects the purchasing power of Kazakhstan's residents. Prices for eggs of the first category have increased by almost 15% over the year. According to the results of 2022, the average price for them in Kazakhstan amounted to 481 tenge. Today, a number of poultry farms cooperate with a social and entrepreneurial corporation to curb prices, but their formation is greatly influenced by the cost of feed. Subsidies, according to the management of the poultry farm, cover only 5% of the cost of production. It should be reminded that since July 1st, 2022, they amount to 3 tenge per egg.
To date, the food supply is a problem. Why? Because the raw materials market is not controlled and therefore the price is always rising. Unfortunately, we have been experiencing a big crisis for the past 2 years and the cost of products has increased. But the final price, of course, everyone expects it cheaper. It was difficult. Over the past 2 years, wheat has grown by almost 300%. That is, it cost 40,000 tenge, moved to the price of 150,000 tenge. So count it. These are all fertilizers. I'm not talking about other components that we use. We use more than 20 components in compound feed.
70% себестоимости
70% of costs are attributed to fodder. If the feed is cheap, our products will be cheap. We always ask for the establishment of a grain fund. During the harvesting, the price is low and it rises after the new year. We asked the government to purchase at least 50% of the annual consumption of 350 to 400 tons of wheat while it is cheap, so that after the new year we could purchase, let's say, 1,000 tons.
они купили его, когда они дешевые. Да, потом мы после Нового года нашли на 1000 тонн деньги, пришли, купили.
каждый из вас замечал на яйцах.
Surely each of us has noticed such marks on eggs. It's their weight. For example, C1 is the first category of eggs, which varies from 55 to 65 grams.
С2
C2 is the second category, which has its respective weight.
свой вес.
Production does not stand still and introduces new technologies. Automation of enterprises has made it possible to significantly increase the volume of products. This is evidenced by the figures. Investment projects that favorably affect the development of entrepreneurship in the country are being actively implemented.
We continue increasing production volumes further. These are investment plans for 2023 to 2025. We are also building an incubator, which is necessary and important for our production. We are also working within the framework of the concept of rural development. This will also help the development of business activity of the people who live in the rural areas. As for our social projects, first of all, we care for the people who work with us. We provide conditions for them, such as meals 3 times a day, transportation, roads and schools, all social payments plus a monthly social food basket. And of course, we provide financial assistance when there is a difficult situation.
Today, along with technological process, the development of human capital also plays an important role in any production personnel as a valuable asset. The development of human resources is also an important link in the effectiveness of the state. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev has repeatedly stressed that people are the main value of our country. At the same time, the president noted that people of labor should enjoy special honor and they should become the most respected citizens of the country.
Многие сетуют на недостаток истинных героев в наше время.
Many complain about the lack of true heroes in our time, but the real heroes are not where there are bright spotlights and where there is prolonged applause. The heroes are among us. Every day, the heroes get up at the factory machine, drive public transport, sit at the controls of airplanes, put on a protective uniform of a lifeguard, rush to emergency calls of patients, master military equipment. True heroes wake up early in the morning in villages so that there is enough food on our tables so that we can feed our young children and elderly parents. Our heroes are entrepreneurs starting their own business, opening jobs, creating new opportunities for the employees and their families. Our heroes are volunteers and philanthropists who gratuitously give their love and energy, experience and knowledge, property and finances to society. All of them are the pride and hope of the people. It is on the people of labor that our country relies.
Именно на людей труда опирается наша страна.
Of course, no poultry farm will be able to establish production without the main capital, people. Ruslan Sharipov has been working in the poultry industry for more than 50 years. As Ruslan Sharipov tells, he knows every poultry farm in the country as the palm of his hand. He knows the potential of each, but he notes that the main thing in poultry farming is to love your job.
Когда выступаю везде, встречаюсь с молодежью, я говорю, это...
When I speak at events and meet with the young people, I always say, poultry farming is addictive. Once you come here, it's very hard to leave. Now, of course, it's different. It used to be hard. There were problems with food supplies, the car might break down somewhere on the road, then the electricity could be cut off. There were also problems with gas, water supplies. We worked day and night in stressful conditions. You could come home and say, I'll give up, but the next day you go to work again.
Все равно на завтра опять идешь на работу.
На сегодняшний день Казахстан полностью обеспечен.
Today, Kazakhstan fully provides itself with egg products. The leaders in production are the Akmola, North Kazakhstan, Karaganda and Kostanay regions. Interestingly, most of all eggs are consumed in the Kostanay region, 63 units per year. An egg is a valuable food product, 100 grams of which contains as much as 13 grams of pure protein. And of course, it contains a lot of vitamins, micro and macro elements.
Микро- и макроэлементов.
You watched our product program. My name is Ulpan Bigalina. See you next time.